How you doing, everybody? Oh boy, we got a lot of. Oh, it's Saturday. Well, I don't know. The Saturday lately, Saturday has seemed the same as Tuesday to me. Same with Sunday. Hey, Truth Fears and Stefan and Nino. Hi, Nino. Um, as I said, boy. Hi, John. Whew. Okay. Hi, Williams. Watches. Bruce, how are you? Geezer. And that's something. Hi, Rooted Rotor. How you doing? Oh boy. Just pulled the trigger on a speedy sapphire sandwich. Ooh, I like those sapphire sandwiches. Those are nice. Let me ask you something, Rooted Rotor, since we're going to be talking about that today. Did you get a good buy on it? If it's something you just did you negotiate or just find a good deal? Hi, underachiever. How's it going? Hi, Ian. At all. Why not at all and Bill? Hi, hi, Blake and Mark. Hi, Mark. Richard. Boy, howdy, howdy. Oh, good. Thanks, Mark. Hey, James. How are things in London? It's not too late there, is it? Unintentionally caps. Ah, okay. Hey, Cappy. Grow with a lawyer. Hello. Oh, hey, hi, neighbor. We're in Connecticut. How are things in New York? I so want to go there. Yeah, I haven't been since right before this whole thing started. I made two trips, and man, then everything closed. Oh boy, no snow here. Yeah, we missed the snow too. Oh, I did okay. I got it from David SW full set with bracelet with 4 years left on the Omega warranty. That's not bad. 3,700 sounds good. You get snow? No, yeah. We grow with a lawyer. It's been really windy here, and it makes it even colder. I've been here. I've been at home all day, so I haven't been doing too much. Hi, Joseph. How are you? GMT master. Our weather is wonderful. It's 88 right now. Well, California weather usually is great. When I lived in San Diego, we had winter was meant a sweatshirt, and the rest of the year was a t-shirt. Hey, Junior. Yeah, yeah, we have that big dip down, and we're getting all of that cold weather from the Arctic going through Canada and getting us. Oh boy, I wish I was in Texas. Well, it's not that cold here. I don't know about out. I mean, it's just windy. As long as you stay inside, it's okay. Hi, Orange Ham. Mr. Gumby. Good evening, all. And Guernsey, we are celebrating Liberation Day. 75 years ago, we were liberated from the German forces. The Channel Islands were the only place to be occupied. Yep. They didn't get Connecticut either. They, they didn't dress right, so they were disallowed. Hey, Chip Gage. Oh, congratulations on VE Day. Uh, I forgot what I was doing on VE Day. A little too young then. Hey, Matt. Well, everybody. Uh, Rooted came and he got a watch, and so that's what I was wondering. I was just looking at there's a Christie's auction in Hong Kong right now, and you can bid on it and everything. And I was looking at the what the bids were, what they expected to get, and everything was except for one watch. There was, I think it was a Roger Dubuis that there were no bids on, but it goes on for I think it's got like 10 more days to it. But I didn't see any great buys. I saw my Rolex Prince there, but it was already up at the forgot what it was. Was over the minimum though. And the thing of it is that when you look at those prices, some of them look pretty good, but then if you're a buyer, you have to pay another 25% nut on top of that. So if you get a $10,000 watch, you pay another $2,500 for the auction, being at the auction. So you've got to get a really good buy, I think, at the auction. But they have some watches. They had some that looked like pretty good deals, but in terms of like, oh boy, here's a fire sale, I just didn't see it. Thanks, Mark. This is my German watch. It's a Langenheim Frederick III. I really like this watch. I like most of my watches. In fact, yeah, I do. I think I like all of them. All right. So let's talk about uh, looking at watches and buying a watch during this time. Put the boat on the lift when it started snowing. Man, I had just pulled out all of my snow sticks. I figured, oh, it's May. I got to get my snow sticks up and into the shed, and that's what I did. And so we didn't get any. I mean, we weren't expecting too much anyway. One of our sons is up in New Hampshire. They probably got nailed. So let's see. So let's see. Okay. Hey, Val. Um. Oh, good. Clyde needs is a yeah, a beard and a beret. Did Clyde grow a beard? I haven't seen him. Like he's been keeping. I mean, all of um his live videos are this little thing. Let's see. Just changing the tires to non-snow tires. Man, uh, I don't like changing tires. Hey, Foreman, what is a snow stick? Measures depth. Well, I guess there are probably other snow sticks that do that. Now, what these do is that they're these orange sticks with a white top, and you put them around on your driveway. So when a snowplow comes to do your driveway, you don't get your lawn totally torn up. Yesterday, I took some torn up lawn and broke it up, and then mowed the whole front yard. So oh, the blossoms this year, man, we're getting blossoms like we haven't had for as long as I can remember. I think here we have had almost no air pollution, and so all of the birds and the bees and everybody is it's really amazing. um I, I guess the critters hope, well, I hope they have some more of this. Okay. Anyway, but that's what a snow stick is. Oh, good. Clyde's looking like Ernest Hemingway. Oh, that's good. Clyde looks like Gabby Hayes. I haven't heard Gabby Hayes in a long time. Okay, let's see. Freezing. This Canadian weather is no joke. Hey, Dog Pod, how's it going? What's the answer to the question? What was the question? Well, there were a lot of questions. Dog Pod, which one are you referring to? I answered the questions about the snow steaks. Already gained weight. Yeah, me too. Man, that's no joke at all. What is your go-to watch when working around the house and garden? Mine is my Vostok Amphibia. Seiko 5 for me, Nino. That's the one that used to be my old Raymond Weil, and maybe I'll get a work strap for it and put it back to work once I get it back together. Hi, Paul. How are you? See, I got see, not an upscale mall, like a rundown strip mall in the bad part of town. Like I tell you, if you go to 47th Street, right off of Fifth Avenue, where they have two things. It's called the Diamond District, and the they have all of these little watch stores and stuff. Both of my FP Jorns came from there. Um, my Federico told me you shouldn't go there, and until you know a thing or two, it's probably a place to avoid. Uh, hey, Paul, we keep missing the live streams. Well, yeah, they're you know, I almost miss them too because I've been so busy lately. I don't know why. Raymond Wall was a trader. How come Raymond Wall was a trader? Truth fears. Saint Wrangler. Come on, you guys, be nice to. Usually, Clyde is here, and I'm telling him everything you guys said. Well, actually, it's pretty nice. Let's see, great place, but have to be careful. Yeah, yeah, you do. You have to know what you're doing. Um, the guy I worked with was really funny. I had to call ahead of time and tell him that I was coming, and then I went down to this place. There was a guard there, and then we went in, and he had this little hole in the wall, and um, had some interesting opportunities. I'll put it that way. Aside from your resonance, if you had to pick only two watches from your collection, what would they be? Oh man. Well, one would be this one. One would be my Frederick II. I don't know, man. My H. Moser, probably. I'm not sure which one because I like them both. Um, I don't think I could do with two watches ever. My Vestron 1921, my Parmigiani Hemispheres. I don't know. I like my watches and I like to wear them and, and play with them. Literally. The idea that they stay there and okay, that's enough for that. Sandy, yeah, they do. That's right. After decades of having his cologne tortured, he finally succumbed to his wounds. What? Hey, Geezer Fred looks like that Toy Story dude from Toy Story 2. I don't remember him. Did you buy the George with a credit card or cash? Trying to remember. It's been a long time. I don't remember Forbin. Oh yeah, Little Richard is dead. Yeah, Junior, I saw that. He was one of my favorite. I liked him. He was so good and so so he got in so much trouble. Yeah, Little Richard's too bad. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, he started rock and roll. Yeah, he was one of the starters. He liked to call himself the architect of rock and roll. He and a lot of the old guys and Elvis and um, there were a whole bunch of them. way back when, back in the 50s. He wasn't in comedy. He wasn't. He was pretty grumpy, as a matter of fact. Once asked him, "How many lovers have you had?" And he responded, "I don't know. I don't have eyes in the back of my head." Is what he said. That is funny. Little Richard is one of those famous people who I'm surprised we're still alive. Uh, Abe Vigoda is still alive. You know, tell you who's surprising is Keith Richards is still kicking. Like, and really kicking too. Um, okay. Um, Little Richard paved the way. Because of him, one day, maybe Mike Pence can come out of the closet. Jesus, come on, you guys. I I don't think I think they throw him right back in. I think. Hi, Tony. If you were just starting your watch collection with your knowledge and experience, what would be your first and second watch purchases? Okay, Tony, that's a good question. And I just finished reviewing James' collection, and what a collection! Man, that was just a great collection. A lot of variety and everything. I think one of the things when I started collecting seriously, I got a vintage Patek Philippe 3468, and I was lucky. I was super lucky that I got a great one, and everything went well. Okay, but boy, I tell you, you can get burned on stuff. So, first watch, boom, 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 boom. I don't know. That's a really good question. Because I have to think about it so much. How about you guys? What if you were just starting off and someone says, "Okay, um, what would be the first watch you'd get?" What would you answer? I'm really not sure. I'm thinking, uh, boy, how much? What's your budget? That would be the first thing. If it's between like 5 and 10, I'd probably get. Um, I try to find a one of the Mosers that sort of got left behind, and because those things are so good, that would be one. H Mosers are beautifully made, um, and I'm talking between 5 and 10,000. You can find them just right at 10. The one originally they were like 25,000 or something like that, but you can find a few left around, but you really have to look and do some negotiation. So I would say if that would be the first one. The second one, for some reason, I'm thinking okay, it'd be a Jaja Lecoultre. I'm not sure which one, or a Parmigiani. Either one of those would be good. So that's pretty much it. How about with you? Yeah, it does depend on your budget, Max. I agree. That's how come I. So if you had something between 5 and 10, um, some other possibilities would be, you know, Gerard Perregaux. They have a lot of nice ones in that range. The see what else? Some good ones. Oh, Air King. I like Air Kings. Um, let's see. Okay, Truth Fears. What is Timex? I used to buy Timex all the time when I was a kid. I'd buy one after the other, kept perfect time, and they would break, and I'd get another one. The same thing. This is sort of pre-court, so I go back. Let's see. Depends if you know what you want. Yeah, it does. All of those things. It's really hard. Asking it though, I think is a worthwhile question. The first thing obviously is going to be a budget. Um, so I don't know if it's just my wife how she started. See, my wife asked how should she start a watch collection. Well, the thing about women's watches. There are so many really good buys on women's watches. Um, it depends on how much you want. Again, it goes to that. Some of the Beauvais 1822, they have some really good buys. Those things were started off in the stratosphere, and they're gold and so on and so forth. They're really nice. Um, Piaget has some wonderful ones for women. I think who else? Um, first one I got my wife was the Jaja Lecoultre, and that's a nice one. And what else? Zaza Lecoultre. I think I got her a Zaza Lecoultre Reverso. Still has it. Thing is working perfectly. It's a great watch. They have the smaller ones for women, and you can flip it over so if you go somewhere where you don't want someone to grab it, all they see is a you know people don't seem to go after people with with a reversal. They don't look at. They go after Rolexes and watches like that. Um, yeah, Beauvais recital. Switzerland doesn't include dentist in their insurance. I need to wait until the border opens to Austria and Hungary. Whoa, that's interesting. Timex was my first yours too. I see. Jazz Lecoultre has so many models. I don't feel ripped off by them. Yeah, yeah. Uh, they have some good ones. You know what I wouldn't want to get? What I would avoid is sort of getting one that has some cheap movement in it. It just if there's a certain movement in it, there are a number of German watches with ETAs like Tourby and some of those that are pretty nice. But you know that. Another good one for starting a watch collection, I think, is Harboring Two, because Harboring Two, you get so many things. You get a living watchmaker. You get a very limited edition, not because they're because it's Richard and Marie harboring and their dog Spot working on watches, and that's it. And so you have a limited edition because of the way they make their watches. I think that's sort of cool. Um, I bought my wife a 31 millimeter date date first pink mother of pearl. Wow. Oh, that sounds really nice. Yeah, she likes your Casio. Oh, William. Give me the Casio. Hi, Hans. Another good first watch choice would be a JLC Master Ultra Thin. Yeah, I like that one too. That's a really good one. Um, one it does have an ETA in it, but the I was looking today for one. I was asked about a moon watch. What would be a good moon watch? And what I said is this, and you know, maybe I'm wrong, possibly. It's not that I'm right or wrong. This is what I think. I think a moon watch, looking at a moon watch at the moon phase, I mean, it's like watching paint dry and nothing happens. It's just sort of there, and you wake up the next day and maybe it's a little changed, but it's hard to tell. Um, I love my Kristen Vanderkal Series 74. And the to me, the moon phase is simply sort of a decorative feature more than anything else. But the one I found, if if you want to check off a box, there are different ways to get watches. Um, One way to check off a box, like for a regulator, is a $200 Chinese watch, and it does the job because I probably really wouldn't wear it much anyway. I saw a wonderful Chrono Swiss uh, today with had jumping hours, and it was a regulator, and then had a little window at the top for jumping hours. They Chrono Swiss does use ETA or Solita, something like that, in their watches, so they're not. like really high horology. I wouldn't. I think that that a watch collector's first watch, they should know everything about the movement, and they get a good movement. And it's better to, something like that's why Jaja Lacutre is so good, I think. Hi, Marco. Looking for a Globemaster, new gray dealer of used mint. What would be a good price? A Globemaster. Okay, that's a Omega Globemaster, Marco, you're looking for? Yeah, Blake, girlfriend want to borrow it. You might as well kiss it goodbye. Um, Power reserve indicator is my favorite. I like those too, Val. I, I don't honestly, I don't see their use on an automatic, but I guess there probably is. But boy, on a hand wound, it's really nice to have. Here's the irony, on a Chronomet Blue, FP Journe Chronomet Blue. They're just like the Chronomet Surveying line of watches, except for one thing: they don't have a power reserve indicator. They have the same movement. They have the same. Well, they have the blue dial, and then they have the tantium case. They didn't give them a was because it was an entry level, and then they have one of the most expensive ones they have is the Holland and Holland, and they didn't put a power reserve indicator or small seconds on that one. I think the reason for that is so you get to see the glory of the Holland and Holland metal in the watch. I don't know. Two suggestions was excellent watch as a first purchase. Yeah, I think so. I think it's really good because it puts together two things: a real watchmaker, and a guy who's won a whole load of prizes for such a small company. It's really amazing, and mainly for movements and for creating something interesting. I mean, I never could pronounce it for Dado, the thing that with the little mad, uh, the what are they called? I can't pronounce it. Fordu or something like that. Anyway, who has those on their watches? Not many people. They're probably something. And FBJ, if FBJ ever redesigns the CB, they should um, put the power reserve indicator on the back. Oh, huh. Like Moser's, yeah. I tell you, there's two ways to look at it. Uh, if you have a watch on, you can glance at it with a power reserve indicator on the front. On the back, you got to take it off and turn it over. I'm perfectly happy though with it on the front or the back. Uh, if I pick up one of my Mosers, I'll just take a look at the back and see where it is, and then off I go with wearing my watch. Okay. Couple things I forgot to tell you. One was I heard from. I finally got back from uh, Edward Malin. He and it was really apparently uh, using PMs on FaceTime isn't on Facebook isn't the smartest thing to do to get a response. And so he it was he had missed it, and he said, oh, so he got back to me and he said, we do on some of the older movements and so forth, if if we have a bunch we're not using anymore, we do sell them as batches. I thought, oh, that'd be very, very cool. One of their old movements are the ones I like the best. But they didn't have any right now, so that's one door that closed. The other thing is that I did a slight redesign of the watch. I used a Breguet hand with a single moon at about two-thirds the way up, and then I put an oval around the jumping hour. I don't know if that's any better or not, but after that, all of the noise and stuff that was on the other dial, I don't know. The other one had the guilloche and so forth, but this one would be pretty plain. You have a cream colored dial with I don't know, what color do you think this part should be? I was thinking maybe blue because it's got blued hands, and then the little this would be blue, and the fonts would be blue, and the I don't know. What do you guys think? Will there be an exposition of a collector soon? Um, an ex an exposition of collectors? Um, I'm not sure what you mean, John. Hi, Dwayne. Blue, blue, my world is blue. Al Martino. Anyone else experience the same thing? What thing happened? Was there a funny sound that came down? Hmm. Hi, Thomas. How you doing? Better circle than oval. Okay. Some people wanted oval, circle, too plain, huh? Yeah, I've been overly influenced by H. Moser. Blue, you like blue? Dark red? Ooh, that'd be nice, Nino. I like that dark red, sort of a dark blood red. This color red. My curtain's red. Hey, Tennessee, how you doing? Blued hands with blue abalone shell dial inserts. Ooh, wow. Boy, wouldn't that look nice? Um, with a now remember we're going with the enamel. The minute line is too close to the case. Um, oh, your screen went black. Did you guys have an earthquake out there, Mark? Well, one of the things that's happened, we've been having really a lot of wind today, and there have been some funny stuff because of the wind. Salmon or tuna anchovy. Basic layout. The jumping hours. Okay, thanks. No fish in my watch. Okay. All right. Hi, Max. Porcelain. Porcelain Max is a good. I'd love to have a porcelain one. I really would, but I think porcelain is a little too brittle and a little too expensive for us. We'll see. I'm going to ask this guy after this stupid pandemic's over. Is I can. I'm going to go meet with him and see what we can do. Um, I thought enamel would be nice. Blue, blue, electric blue. There's the color of my room. Okay. Thunderstorm here in East Switzerland. Wow. Okay. You guys, they don't have, it's really funny. They don't have dental in Switzerland. They have all of the other things. Um, we had, I'm glad they have something. I think dental is extra. Ours, we have everything, and we need everything. The wind beneath my wings. What would Little Richard sing? Okay, let me see. Hey, Alton Riggs, I love buying a Dream Watch, cheapest ever. Okay. Um, no earthquake, but I had to get uh, out of the room and come back. It's okay now. It's one of those things. TGF, TFG boys song. What would you choose? Glashütte, Pano, uh, Lunar, or the Blanc Pon with a Villeray complete calendar? Boy, that's a good question. Hmm. You get a lot of moon in that Pano, the Pano Lunar. Um, complete calendar. I don't know. That would be a choice. In terms of a calendar watch, the only one I'm sort of interested in right now is the Vacheron Constantin Easterix. What is it? 1942, I think. Triple calendar. But then I think about it. My God, here I can't even keep a date straight. Would I really bother with a calendar? Most of my watches don't have dates, mainly because I wouldn't do anything with them. Okay, let's see. Thanks, Mark. Um, okay. Hey, I got that other email from you, Forbin, about I think that's a good idea using the hands from dials from like instrument panels or something like that. I like that idea. Um, I can't stop thinking about the blue dial 4500 VCOS. Okay, that's a great looking watch. Yeah, I like the 42 also. Hand blue dials are awesome. Simple watch, that's also where I lean these days. Yeah, you know what? One of the reasons that I wasn't too happy that FP Jorn he put in the dual Remontois Egalite and the new resonance watch that he made was that I like to sort of isolate each element. Uh, if you this watch I looked at this morning had quadruple retrogrades and all of this other stuff, and then including a moon phase. And I thought, man, I tell you, that is a busy watch. I was looking at a Brightly nav timer on a review I was doing, and that thing looked like it almost looked like a slide rule that got in the way of itself because there were just all of these indexes, and I like a clean watch. Um, it does one thing that that's interesting. That would maybe that's why I like the original resonance. It did one thing. It showed you resonance. It did it and showed it. Okay, what's up? What are you guys talking about? Caitlin K, definitely the Glatuti Pano Lunar is gorgeous in white or blue. Yeah, it is. Um, yeah, those Frederick Piguet movements with 100H power aren't good. Frederick Piguet movements. I'm not sure what Frederick Catalan. What Frederick Piguet movements are those? Are you talking about the ones that are part of Blanc Pond now? Hi, Tippy. I want to buy, but no money. Yeah, well, that's all of our problem. Instrument panels. Christopher Ward's has done that with some of their watches. Christopher Ward has a Morgan watch. Man, I love those Morgans. Uh, the nav timer is a slide rule. Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, we used to have when I used to fly, we were still using those circular slide rules for figuring things out, and I think it was yeah we had that was part of all of the to get your pilot's license, you had to work one of those things out and take a sectional and put it on, figure out which way to fly to get where you wanted to go, and we used the Loran for the most part. That was a big thing. Now with the what do they call it? The GPS. That takes care of business. Hey, Tomas, how are you doing? I missed one thing. What is the expected cost of the whole piece? What price point should we go? I was asked that by some other people, Thomas, and I don't know because we're taking it in stages. Okay, once we get the movement, Well, no, for what the movement cost. And then we got to take that, then we got to go to the case maker. Then that's another discussion. And then after that, um, the um, the dial maker. Now, the thing of it is that in any one of those steps, someone can say, "Man, that's just too much. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get another case, or I'm going to get another dial." That's fine. You know, that's the thing of it is that there's no like, you know, somebody's going to say either do it this way or the highway. That's I don't feel that way about it. I think that somebody says, "Well, gee whiz, I want to have a purple dial, and I don't care what you guys want. That's what I'm going to get, and go get one." You know, I have to say you have such an impeccable taste. Oh, now you're not talking about me. It's someone on that list. I know. Okay, let's see. Um, Tooth fears. That's it. Uh, Taking care of business. Let's see. We have to factor in how much Eddie will charge to assemble the watches. Not for me, we won't. Yeah, we got to we got to help Eddie um, get through college. He's just starting college next year, and that'll be, you know, he would be. There are a couple people I would trust beside myself to put it together. One is my 84-year-old watchmaker, and I hope to God nothing's happened to him since I last saw him, and the other one would be Eddie. Eddie would be great. Uh, do you have you ever hit a pothole driving a Morgan? Yeah. No, the one time I got to drive a Morgan, the thing about a Morgan, you can really whip those suckers around a corner, and they'll skid, but they don't break loose. Love driving that car. Gotta tell you, there's a Morgan dealer not too far from where we are, in sort of beginning of upstate New York, and we were gonna go there, and there was some big storm, and we missed it. About the Glasuda gorgeous pics. If you search for a blog to watch, uh, Pano Mac Rose Opalite watch review. Okay. Uh, F451. Do you own a Morgan? Who's that? Boy, I do not own. Oh, Fahrenheit. Yeah, Fahrenheit. Do you have a Morgan? Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd love to have a Morgan. In fact, I'd like to race them. I like to get, and I'm not sure which one though. I always wanted a plus four, but probably just a regular one with a strap over the hood. Either that or one of the new three wheelers. But I was asking about the three wheeler. The guy in New York who was selling them said, "Well, you got to have a motorcycle license to drive a three wheeler." I used to drive a motorcycle all the time. You know, all you needed was a driver's license. But I guess in either that or the guy was wrong because I just, if you have a driver's license, why would you need a motorcycle license to drive a three wheeler? I don't know. I'm about to buy a watch for up to 20K. Whoa, those are expensive. Which one would you recommend? Want something dressy with some functions, but not exaggerate. Boy, if I had 20K and I was getting a watch, I'd try to find a pre-owned FP Journe um, Chronomet Souverain. That's what I would go for. And but they're creeping up. Everything is on that is creeping up. For 20K, I'd also look at oh yeah, a nice Vacheron Constantin. I wouldn't get a 26. I'd go after one of the I think you can find a let's see. I think I know. Well, if you want something dressier for 20K, oh man, you can go. They have some beautiful new H Mosers. Take a look at H Mosers. Those are Those are very nice, and they have an online. They have their online shop now too. See what else would I get? A gondolo, Patek Philippe gondolo. If you could find one of those for 20,000, and you could, you can find it. You can find a lot of good deals on that. I'm really good at spending other people's money. Do I like fast cars? Not necessarily fast, but interesting. The Morgans are fun. They're fun cars. They're sort of an old version of a sports car. But seeing I wouldn't want it to go too fast. I'd like to enter a race with reasonable people who are drivers. Okay, cars aren't fast if you like speed. It's all about bikes. Motorcycles or bicycles. Um, Fast motorcycles. I don't know. You want fast, so get an airplane. The only is that the trouble with an airplane when you're flying, you don't have a sense of speed. Somebody hops in a jet and off they go. They're going 550 miles an hour, and they look out and it's nothing. Um, but if you get when I used to fly, they vectored me right on top of the clouds, and man, you all of a sudden you can see your speed. And I'm shooting along 150 miles an hour over this cloud, and man, you can see that. That's fun. Hey, Doctor A and B. Hey, Blake. I did 255 on a bike on a bicycle, Blake, or a motorcycle. Man, I tell you, it's I don't know. I had a motorcycle for a number of years, just lost the interest. You think 20K can buy a Langenheim? I bet you could. That's a great idea, Mark. You'd have to negotiate like a mother, but I bet you might be able to do it if you went to them and said, "Look, I got $20,000 and I want to buy a watch from you." Another good one would be a Rolf Lang also, or even you can buy a Longa. They have some for that price too. So there's some wonderful German watches. Okay, yeah, there you got it. I prefer utilitarian cars that would work no matter what. I always go Toyota. So you're driving a Lexus, Tippy, is that it? Are you looking at any micro brands? No, we're making a micro brand, but we're not selling it. So it wouldn't be a brand. We're making a watchmaking experience. Maybe we ought to call it Q for quarantine or something like that, or P for pandemic. Let's see. Yanan, okay. Depends on how low you are in a plane. Well, if you're right over the clouds, that's you all. It's you just need something relative to you. Once we were flying out to Laughlin, Nevada. Actually, we are going to Bullhead City, Arizona, where we landed, and this I think it was a Bonanza of some sort. The guy didn't know what he was doing. You're supposed to fly at a certain altitude if you're going east or west. This guy was coming right at us, and he went over us. Two planes, going about about 150 or 300 miles an hour, really moving along. I prefer two-stroke to acceleration over four-stroke. That's why I like hand wound watches. My last Pyrus was 8 years old. It's still great. Yeah, um, whatever car you like. Hi, Austin. How you doing? Saxonia 1850 and Lang One or can all be had secondhand under 20. I like the Lang One the best of those, and 1850 and Saxonia mainly because the Saxonia often tend to be a little smaller than I like. Uh, Call the watch the model C19. Tony, what is the C19? Is that that's not the Christopher Ward, is it? A Bonanza, yeah, Beechcraft. I think it was, or it could have been something else. It's going awfully fast. So, uh, not only do I Innova Toyota, Lexus doesn't give the biggest bang for the buck in my country. Ah, okay. Whatever happened to BOAC? I don't know. How should you be able to track a shadow to judge land speed? I don't know. Yeah, I did a lot of flight planning. I wasn't one of these guys that got lost and started crying and fly low and try to read the freeway signs. That was you'd have to have about 10 different ways to navigate. We were flying down in Mexico on the way to a clinic. They needed to get some, we had some medical supplies. We had to fly down to them. So there was a storm, but it wasn't too turbulent. And so what we did, we was scud running. And I know that's probably not something that everyone should do. Ahead you can't see a thing, but down below is clear as a bell. And so there was a river that was running straight into the city where we were headed. And so looked out the window, couldn't see a thing, looked down, very clear, just followed that old river, kept our altitude. That was it. Oh, COVID-19. Okay. Hey, Austin, how are you? Let's see. Fahrenheit. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Well, there's more than watchdog. We got to sort of keep going back. Um, yeah, there you go. Speed is timing. Brigade Revelli du Czar is below 20K. No, no, GMT Master, that's not true. How many times have I mentioned the three watches from Rolex several times? And I like GMT. Well, I like the Explorer too. So there. Uh, but it's not one of those crazy ones. You can talk about any watch you want to. Hi, Apar. How you doing? No Rolex stock. GMT Master. Unless this is Sinelli Prince. Yeah, right. Um, well, I also like Air Kings. I've talked about the Air Kings, and also I like the Yacht Master too. So there. GMT Master, I beg to differ. I know of Bill's respect for the Rolex Prince. You bet. Like the Prince. That word's getting out on those things. They had one, I was looking at the auction, and they had one there that I liked. And they had the beginning, what the beginning bid was, and that thing was way over the beginning bid. I think I think people are getting wise to it, so I better hop to it if I'm gonna get one. Um, okay, all right, Williams watches. Hey, Aunt, how you doing? Yes, Aunt G. I love the paddock. I I don't know if it's a 6006 or it's a 6000G is the one I really like. They only have black dials, which I don't like, but I like everything else about it. And even with a black dial, I can read it pretty well. That is a neat watch, and I tell you, now I'm not sure what the 6006 is though. Wait a minute, GMT master. What rule? The prince is an exception to what rule? Hey, Paul, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a while. Glad you're here. Hey, Captain Catalan K. If you had to choose between a Breguet and a Lang, which would you pick? I'd I'd pick the Longa. Yeah, they're saying like a Rolex Sky Dweller. Yeah, the Sky Dweller, was that it? Is that the one? Yeah, the Sky Dweller is pretty nice. They're really expensive though, for what you get. If it came between, if I had the same amount of money, it wouldn't go to a Sky Dweller though, even though I like them. See, it's, it's a lot of people don't understand that if you don't have the watch that they like, you don't like the watch. It's not that. There's just other watches I like better, and you know, whatever floats your boat. Uh, okay. All right. What do you guys? Let's see what's going on. Okay. Truth fears guilty. You got a carrot five. What's to the fifth power? Cellini's the 544 5440 of the Cellini's. Okay. Well, I'm not talking about. Oh, there's the thing I like about the prints is the movement. That is a wonderful movement. They have, you can see it, the way they do the guilloche in the front, and then continue it with that. Nobody does that, and why they got rid of that? I know why they got rid of it. People didn't want to buy it. They wanted the sub or something like that. The usual suspects. Okay, 8,000 USD sounds like a fair deal on a Cellini Prince. Oh, that's too much, man. I wouldn't pay that much. It's fair, but that's not what I'd pay. Those are. I have something else in mind. I was thinking more around five or six, but I will agree. There's way more value for money out there. Yeah, well, it's like all of us, I guess, can become over focused on a single brand. Um, you guys, but no one told me why would you go for Lang or Glasuda. I wouldn't. I'd go for Lang and Hein, because this one is handmade, trigonal bridge, big fat diamond on top of the balance. I'd go for it. See, Longa and Glashütte Original are both what Glashütte Original is owned by Swatch. Longa is owned by Richemont. Not these guys. Not your heart. Okay. Um, what do I think about the Sea Dweller? A lot of the ones I don't understand. Um, they're 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 like each other, but they're like, what's the difference between a Submariner and a Sea Dweller? Now I know that a Rolex fan will tell me the difference, but just sort of at a glance, I don't see the great deal of difference. In fact, a lot of watches they have, I don't see a lot of difference, and even the same with the movements. Like the Air King has the same movement as the Milgauss, and the Milgauss costs $2,000 more, and it's a much more popular watch. Okay, lately I found quite a few hidden gems beyond the obvious. Yeah, if you look up par, that's the thing to do. People don't look, and there are lots of places to look, and you find things there, you know, and they're great watches. Oh wow, I'll have to watch that. Is True Lang and Hein would make you two lugs if you requested it? Yeah, at least that's the way it used to be. I don't know if it still is, but if you'd rather have two lugs rather than three, and but with three lugs you can be from everyone else, so you have to put up with that. I once lived in the Middle East where every cab was a Mercedes Benz, and almost every cab driver wore a Rolex. Here you go. Those now there's a, you know, I I got half of that formula. I don't have the other half though. Hey, Johnny Bogan, wearing a KKK clan hood will protect you from. Oh man, that doesn't get out. Okay. Hey, Austin, uh, Calatrava. Um, oh my God, I'm sorry. Sorry, everybody. I was looking up here and there were so many people tuned in. I'm trying to remember. Okay, everybody, listen. That's right. I have been prattling on for a bit too long now. Everybody, be safe and take care. And as soon as we get more information, I'll let you know. Bye for now.